Can we talk about when a good man's heart is broken? He will remain single for years later. But why? Because society and everyone else in his world, including himself, blames him. And after experiencing that much pain and guilt and blame, it takes a long time to want to be able to risk that again.
Ain't nothing wrong with men and women being different, but it's not okay to mock or blame men when they go through a breakup or heartbreak. This is not meant to victimize men, but to showcase the raw reality. Men have a tougher time getting over breakups, especially divorces, while women have it way easier to find a replacement. Yeah, not just another dude she happened to meet, but a replacement, a rebound. Society is all about blaming men no matter what they do or how much of a hoe the woman was. If you don't want to act as a sperm bank for a single mom, she'll gaslight you and claim you don't love her. If you just say 1 out of 2 women have a backup plan, society will call you a misogynist, claiming you don't understand what women go through. The list of stupid narratives is really long. Check this out.
I'm serious. Every womanizer, every player, every guy juggling 3 broads at the same time is only doing so out of fear. Fear of being crushed by a woman. Because one day, back in the day, they weren't a player. They liked one girl, just one.
And they gave it up to her, didn't they?
And they gave it up to her. That's right. They gave it up to her because they're little romantics back then. And they gave it up to the girl they love. And what happened? They got rocked, or they got crushed, or they got destroyed, they got cheated on, or laughed at, or something. And when they're finished picking up the little pieces of what was once their heart, you know what they said? Every single one of them made a vow.
Never to give it up again.
That's right, never to give it up again. But now we're talking about the real bastards here, the guys that break hearts occupationally. Because believe it or not, originally those cats were the most beautiful and the most romantic of all. And you know what happened? They're the ones that got hurt worst of all.
Epic. It is what it is. Men don't become players because they're bad people. The market has taught them to juggle girls just like Brittany Renner loves juggling balls. If you know, you know. In today's video, we're delving into modern women's breakups versus men's breakups and why men have it bad when they go through the pain of heartbreak. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Vern the Stampede. He said, "What a woman says she wants in a man is completely different from what she's attracted to." Exactly. It's a whole science trying to make sense of it, honestly. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5 for that comment of the day. As usual, guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. And now, back to the video. Embrace your masculinity. Modern women love feeling special, but they never are. It is what it is. All of them go through the same kinds of experiences, have the same mindset, and overall behave the same way, especially during and after a breakup. Let me be more specific. Modern women love bad boys, but claim they want nice guys who will put them on a pedestal. Then, these women get ghosted and mistreated by these so-called jerks who just want sex, concluding that all men are trash. Right there, these chicks believe it's okay to play with a man's feelings under the guise of protecting themselves. The result? The gentlemanly guys who want monogamous and exclusive relationships with these women get played, wondering what they did wrong. Then, these guys become players, which shouldn't surprise anybody. How on earth can you, as a man, have a healthy relationship with a woman who was pumped and dumped and ghosted by a guy who was just interested in her pussy? This is what's really getting honest and decent men messed up. Being Mr. Nice Guy is a huge L because no matter how much of a loyal man you are, these chicks always have a fallback plan, a safety net that allows them to never be single. So, you might match with one of these chicks and believe they're amazing women, but you hardly know any of their pasts. They might pretend they're into guys, but who knows whether she dumped her ex just a couple of days ago and you're nothing but a replacement. Even worse, imagine you invest months or even years of your precious time into this woman just to realize that she's not the woman you met in the first place. I mean, maybe she looks good, but once the honeymoon phase is over, boom, she's combative, bossy, and doesn't want to solve the problems that come through. Instead of talking things over, she decides to ask for a bit of time for herself. But we all know what that means. Check this out.
When your girl says, I think I need some space, or I want a break, this is what she means. It's a polite way of cheating on you without breaking up with you, because if it doesn't work with the new alpha that she's been sleeping with, and she has been sleeping with for probably a good couple of months, maybe even a year, she can come back to you, Mr. Comfort, Mr. Dependable. And how do I know this? Because when women were cheating on their boyfriends with me, and they ended up breaking up with them, I always asked, how did you do it? And every single girl would tell me, I told him that I needed some space. If your girl says that to you, this is what you say. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking that I need some space too. And you give her so much space that she thinks you're Neil Armstrong.
You know how it goes. She doesn't need time and space to fix herself. She's looking for bigger and better deals because she doesn't want to fix things in the current relationship. These same women love saying that they want a man with emotional awareness and impeccable communication skills. It's great to find a partner with these traits, don't get me wrong, but if women really want this, they better offer that same thing in return. If they want to communicate like adults, cool. But if all that happens to be a narrative that does not apply in real life, she can go ahead and let Chad smash and dash her. I have no sympathy for these walking contradictions who call themselves good women. I also came across an article that explains why men suffer more during a breakup, backed up by studies. Again, studies, not narratives women make up to cover up their infidelity and keep their legs open. First off, these same chicks love talking day in and day out about stats that supposedly showcase how oppressed and unfavored women are, but when stats show otherwise, they come up with the "I feel like" statements you'd very well know. If you use their logic, or rather tantrums and rhetoric, it's really easy to shut their mouths and get them to show their true colors. Let me explain. Many women say that men earn more than women, but never tell you the part that women often pick and choose jobs and fields that are less profitable. Another example, only 20% of men initiate breakups, but they never say that 80% of the time it's the woman who initiates the breakup. And what's more outrageous, out of this 80% of women, 50% of them had a backup plan. You know, just in case the men they had at the time became weak or couldn't provide for her with the lifestyle she wanted. Again, 50% of women had a backup plan, and 80% of women initiated breakups. That means that 40% of the female population dumps men and has men on the back burner. You can't make this shit up. These same women want a loyal dude who will spoil them all the time, but you simply cannot trust these women anymore. To believe that a girl is the woman of your dreams is just that, a dream, not a reality. The raw reality is that 1 out of 2 women have a man on the contact list just in case she doesn't want you anymore, and 4 out of 5 times she'll be the one breaking up with you. This is insane. Men are really tired of modern women, and rightfully so. This proves, again, why men become players and detach themselves from women.
The new studies now show that women cheat more than men. 50% of married women have a backup guy. Here's the thing, guys.
Okay.
We teach guys to mitigate risk. When men get in relationships with women, they take on far more risk than a woman does. We live in a world now where if you get married to a girl, she can clean you out, take you on alimony, child support, you lose the marital home, etc. Guys take way more risk when they get in long-term relationships with women. So I tell guys, we live in a society where women are encouraged to be hoes, to be promiscuous, to exercise their options, to go ahead and get the best guy that they can get, to date multiple men at the same time. They're encouraged to have all these bad habits that are not conducive to good long-term relationships. So the only way that you can combat this through feminism and everything else that's going on in the modern day world is you need to be very strong in your principle and very strong in your frame. When a girl's with a man that she loves, admires, and respects, and knows that this guy will leave her if she does some stuff like that, that in itself is the power where the girl's not going to say, okay, I want to go to the club, whatever, because she knows better. She knows I'm with a winner. I don't want to put myself in a situation where I can effectively be single by going out to the club with this guy. You need your girl to be more scared of losing you than you are of losing her. And that's where I want guys to be. I want them to be in a situation where the girl likes them more than they like the girl. And I know that sounds evil, but the reason why is because that's the only way you're going to combat the amount of options that women have, the bad habits that modern day women have and practice with the, dating multiple guys, being promiscuous, etc. You need to have the girl like you more than you like her, because that puts you in an authority role, a leadership role, makes you the dominant in the relationship, and it will have her be loyal to you.
Respect.
Women are never single. All women are talking to other guys. Some are in friends with benefits type of relationships. Some are in relationships. Some are even married. If you're on dating apps long enough, you will come across married women. When I went out and bought this car, I didn't go out and drive just this one car and think to myself, all right, that's it. I'm going to settle on this, no more. Who does that? Essentially, you date, you see the girl, and you see other girls at the same time. You don't owe her an explanation. She's not your wife. See, women don't want to be with a guy that nobody wants. They want to be with a giant. They want to be with a guy that other men want to be and other women want to f***.
Let's read the article. Heartbreak gets the best of men, a new study has revealed. Despite a lingering stereotype that men are less emotionally invested in relationships than women, researchers have discovered that it's men, in fact, who suffer the greater emotional impact during a breakup. University psychologists in the UK and Switzerland say the big data study is the first to examine the outcomes of romantic hardships. Initially, researchers hoped to establish a word map and hard data for the most common relationship issues for couples that occur outside the clinical setting. Most of what we know about relationship problems come from studies of people in couples therapy, which includes a rather specific subset of people who have the time, money, and motive to work on their relationship problems, said lead author Charlotte Entwistle in a statement tied to the publication of their findings in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships. We wanted to understand not only what relationship problems are most commonly experienced by the general public, but who experiences which problems more, said Entwistle.
That over 50% of women have a backup plan while still in committed relationships.
Yo, fellas, if she has a backup plan that doesn't involve you, then cut her out of your life, move on, and let her go. If I'm not plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, I'm cutting her off real quick, okay? If she can't understand, fellas, that the grass is greener where she water it at, rather than the grass is greener on the other side, then let her go. She don't need to be in your life, because if she needs it, what she need a backup plan for? So, fellas, focus on yourself. Hey, get better, grind, build, and she gonna regret having like a backup plan and leaving you. All right, fellas, stay up, stay focused, stay disciplined.
Heartbreak. We've all been there, you know the drill. Now, there's the study that totally flips the script on what we thought we knew about breakups, especially when it comes to how men handle them emotionally. Yes, men have emotions too, but since it's considered weak for them to show them, they just deal with them and try to use it as fuel to move on ASAP. So, society has this thing, this idea that guys don't really get emotionally invested in relationships like women do. I mean, you've heard it before, right? But guess what? This new study, with a massive sample of over 184,000 people, says, hold on a second, let's take a closer look at this. And you know how it goes. We usually think men can handle breakups like champs, as if there were hundreds of chicks lining up with their legs open waiting for them. They don't show it much, keep a straight face, that whole deal. But this study dives deep, and what does it find? It finds that, actually, men hurt more emotionally after a breakup than we've been led to believe. The study analyzed what people said about their breakups, and when you listen to the guys, they're talking about regret, feeling heartbroken, and shedding tears. Yeah, you heard it right. Men are right there with the emotional struggle, dealing with the pain of losing a relationship. That's why men become players. It's not because they want to. It's because if women spin plates, men must do it too. Otherwise, you might get disappointed. That's the current dating marketplace, so men are out there looking for solutions. Men accept the world as it is and act accordingly. Idealizing women is a huge L. You're better off getting detached and not involving yourself too much. She must be the one hopping onto your flow, not the other way around. So, if she wants time and space, she's out. No 1 foot in and 1 foot out. This challenges the stereotypes, right? We've got this societal expectation for guys to be tough, to not show their feelings too much, but this study is saying, hey, guys feel it too, and they feel it deep. I mean, it's time we recognize that guys go through their share of heartache too, just like anyone else. It's about acknowledging their pain and giving them the space to talk about it. Because, I mean, really, we're all human, we all hurt, and we all need that support and understanding, especially if we're loyal and never cheat on a partner. The study is a wake-up call. It's saying, let's break down those old ideas and stigmas about how men should deal with their emotions, especially during tough times like breakups. Let's keep on reading. More than 184,000 volunteers shared their relationship woes in an anonymous online forum, with gender factored into the analysis. Researchers looked deeply at the language they used to ascertain the psychological characteristics of their stories, from which they pulled out common themes to build their map of relationship problems. Some results weren't so surprising. Poor communication ranked as the #1 pitfall in relationships, with 1 in 5 reporting this as a top issue. Trust was also a major factor for 1 in 8. Time investment, physical appearance, and substance abuse also came up frequently. But an unexpected gender dichotomy had emerged, they found. As we were conducting the study, we realized that this was an important opportunity to put a lot of common ideas about gender differences in relationships to the test, said lead researcher Dr. Ryan Boyd. For example, are men truly less emotionally invested in relationships than women? Or is it the case that men are simply stigmatized out of sharing their feelings? Researchers noted that submissions from their jilted volunteers focused more on their personal emotional pain after the fact, rather than the factors that precipitated the breakup in the first place. The most common words used included regret, cry, and heartbroken. And contrary to what they'd predicted, it was the fellas who appeared to struggle more with these feelings. A stunning amount of women put up with sexual discomfort, poll reveals said in Twistle. Notably, the fact that the heartache theme was more commonly discussed by men emphasizes how men are at least as emotionally affected by relationship problems as women.
Ladies, I'm telling you right now, the moment you guys go through a breakup, you get hit hard. But the moment a man gets hit with a breakup, I'm telling you right now, we get it 10 times harder. A lot of y'all may not believe it, but I'm telling you right now, ladies, the highest suicide rate in America's majority of them are men. And let me tell you why. The reason why men take it harder is because you are a true love, okay? You have our heart. And for us men, it's not easy to find good women, but as soon as we find one, and let's just say you don't want to be with us anymore, we stay quiet. We don't really speak to anybody. We don't even know how to handle a breakup. We don't cry sometimes, we do. But in all honesty, the saddest thing is they take it to the next level. Us men, we get hit way too hard. We think about you 24/7. It's like we were obsessed with you because of the fact that you are our true love and we just don't have anybody to talk to about it. We have friends, we have family, but we don't like to open this up. The moment you open up regarding this, we're embarrassed. That's why we don't. So before you start breaking up with people, before you start breaking up with a man, just remember that we do get hit harder, ladies. This isn't a joke.
There was a study that was updated recently. About half of women admit to having a backup plan that they can move to should their husband, boyfriend, whatever it is, doesn't work out. But that's 50% of women that admit to having a backup plan. Every woman is hypergamous, and they will always monkey branch out to a better deal if they can get it.
These brave souls poured their hearts out in an anonymous online forum. And guess what? The researchers were not just casually sipping coffee while scrolling through these stories. Nope, they were diving in, Sherlock Holmes style, analyzing every word these volunteers used to spill the relationship beans. And what did they find? Well, some of the results were as predictable as your favorite rom-com plot. Number 1 relationship fail? Drum roll, please. Yep, poor communication. Classic, right? It's like the golden rule of relationships. Talk to each other. Trust issues were high up on the list too. Trust is like the foundation of a house, and if that foundation is shaky, the whole thing comes tumbling down. Now, here's where it gets interesting. They were expecting the usual gender stereotypes to play out, like the stereotype that men don't wear their hearts on their sleeves. But hold on to your hats, because surprise, surprise, it was the guys who seemed to be dealing with more emotional roller coasters post-breakup. I mean, it's a plot twist worthy of a blockbuster movie, right? They found that men were pouring out their emotional pain after the breakup, using words like regret, cry, and heartbroken more often than expected. This just goes to show, we shouldn't box people in based on stereotypes. Guys feel it too, and they feel it deeply. Still, women will try to do moral gymnastics to say that they're the victims when they're the ones ending relationships most of the time. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.